Peace and blessings, y'all. This message goes out to my water signs. But more importantly, this goes out to the Pisces family. It's been a while, y'all, since I've spoken to you because we all must do our work. I hope that you walk with the divine. I know him as my Lord Jesus Christ. But this road has been nothing but windy now, hasn't it? You've seen things, you've had clarity, you've had validation, and you continue to grow. See, this is all fortification for your purpose. Yes, I know that you dibble and dabble, try things new, ground your feet, and forge ahead. But this is all about the purpose. See, the more and more that you embrace your spirituality, the more and more you'll come to see and understand you. Those things that once traumatized you, had you fearful, had you frozen, and even numb at times, slowly but surely fade away. See, these were obstacles that were perpetuated in your psyche. These are the moments now that answers that you had been, I correct myself, questions that you had been holding in your spirit oh so long ago, but never went away because you compartmentalized them. Now, one by one, you're starting to see the commonality in the connections of your perceptions. You're starting to see and understand why your personality has been forged the way it is, and your outlook and viewpoints are changing. Now, for those that may not understand what I'm trying to convey, know this. To know where you're going, to try to understand it all, you must be still. And with that requirement, you must be transparent. Yes, you must be placed with proper boundaries because it's your environment. But you must be transparent with yourself. No, the days of the little fish darting around, coming close, looking patiently, quietly. The little fish has evolved. You are starting to now see the beauty in you because you understand that to have the life that is required, you must take a stance of courage for yourself. You are starting to speak your truth. You are now at the position that the person that you see in the mirror is not the person that you fear. Like the story of the black swan, or the ugly duckling, as I remember it to be. Haven't you noticed, for those who are comfortable in their skin, time seems to go in reverse now, doesn't it? What about those dreams that you're having? Some of them come with conversations. Some come with answers. Because it was already there. It was already there, y'all, but you wasn't ready to embrace it. So have courage. Have courage to love yourself. You're starting to understand the connections that you have attracted in your life now. You're able to strategically look back at each and every dynamic, unique in all levels, but common by one thread: you. So you actually think it is your purpose to walk around life broken, to walk around with that emotional backpack, wounded, to aimlessly go through life with no direction, or play the martyr to anyone's request. See, I get it. I know you just want to love unconditionally. I get that. But what you don't get is this: to have that unconditional bond that you dream about, you must unconditionally love you. I know I'm talking to someone. So let's get to the meat of this message. From the last conversation that I put out, look at all the growth that you've done. Your environment, there was some conflict there. Yes, it was. Because people wanted to put you in a box. They wanted to set their watch to your life. And as you try to evolve and grow, there was conflict. But know this: you can't change anybody. You can't complete no one. That is the responsibility and the gift of the divine. I know him as my Lord Jesus Christ, but you do have the responsibility to love, to inspire by illustration of you. Yeah, I know society, the astrological community wants to bag down on Pisces, is portraying us as weak, not stable, always here, there, to and fro. But just know this: they didn't give us, you weren't born under the 12th sign, which is the last sign, for a reason. And what is the 12th sign? Pisces. What is Pisces? The fish. Who is represented by the fish? Oh, you might have missed that. So let me hook you up right there. Yeah. Now we're in the midst of summer. You've grown tremendously. Things that were challenging, there's clarity. Continue to speak your truth. Continue to invest in yourself. Continue to love you. Selflessly, not selfishly. There's a difference. For those who feel that you live by agenda, you really are living by distraction and imminent disappointment. I highly recommend for you to go inside yourself. The days of walking in denial, can't do it. Now, I know that you have connections that feel like heaven sent, and you've had lessons that felt like they came from hell. But I want you to understand something. Every association, every bond, every connection are all extensions of you. That's the commonality, y'all. You can't run. So it's very important that you take accountability for your life. Why do you think you've got that Mr., Mrs. in front of your name? That defines who you are, and it should illustrate where you're going, what you stand for. And yes, for those that are in the spiritual storm, go within yourself. It is and allow what is happening to transform your life. So you got to understand something, y'all. You find more peace and happiness the more authentic you are. Come on now. I've never met a Pisces that does not gravitate towards truth. Now, granted, yes, let's be honest. If you don't know who you are, you're not going to know what you need. And you tend to emulate wherever you can fit in, but only results in pain. No. It's time to come out of that cubby, that little hole. It's time for you to swim that big swim. Don't worry about your associations that you have forged. If they are divinely meant to be in your life, they too will be doing the same thing. They will have the same commonality as you because you are parallel. I keep trying to tell you that. And there are those that will be broken from you because you will come to understand that these people have made a conscious decision to embrace this world. So they don't love themselves. They even willfully sacrifice whatever to stay relevant in this world. Listen, I tell you it all the time. Your soul's not for sale, y'all. It's not. So, for my men, what's at stake is your last name, buddy. What you stand for. Your legacy when you're not here, when the work is done. For my queens, you are given the gift of nurturement, but you must nurture yourself. Stop beating yourself up for choices that you may have knowingly or unknowingly done. Stop feeding on someone's opinion of who you are. It is your responsibility to define it. So, to do that, you got to be transparent. No more running. No more getting in where you can fit in. The people that genuinely love you, gonna walk with you. And the people that don't mean you know well, guess what? You're gonna be divided from them. You ain't gotta do nothing because, see, God gets tired. So I will let you know this. You will start to see a division. Every time you try to contact that person that does not mean you well, you're going to constantly find conflict. Whatever the association was, it will be magnified in disappointment. Some of you may even see it in money loss or whatever value that bond was forged off of. It's time for you to claim you. So let me wrap this up for my Pisces folks, my water sign Family, what is being required now, more than ever, that you have the courage to claim you. You can't get back yesterday, but you can damn sure learn from it. Just know, if it was meant for you to be there, you would be there. And for every disappointment, guess what? Here's a validation that you have something divinely waiting for you. You're not in that situation no more. You were brought through it for a reason. That means you've got work still undone. But trust when I tell you this. Every person, good or bad, will never forget you. They will always speak your name in conversation. Some will speak it in regret because they realize that you were actually the blessing that they didn't see. But that's okay. You must learn to forgive. The more you forgive, the more you heal. The more you heal, the more you grow. And the more that you embrace your spirituality, let me tell you something. God has a way of turning back the hands of time. He also, if it's divinely meant, will bring those people back. I ain't got to tell you, some of y'all are going through that right now. Been going through this maybe the last year or so of connections you may have had 20 plus years ago. And all of a sudden, bam, guess who's trying to talk to you? Maybe it's meant for that person to have that finally has the courage because of reflection to say the words that should have been said then. But know this, y'all. The devil's a liar. He is. And he does not want you to grow. And he will use whatever it takes, especially that heart of yours, to trip you up, to snag your life. Because he wants you to be broken. He was feeding off of that energy. That's why you were going through some of the health issues you may have been going through. That's why you were having some of those hard times sleeping. Or you go to sleep and you wake up and you feel something. You don't know what it is. It's because there's somebody that's connected to you. You're feeling their energy. And the more you love yourself, the stronger you become spiritually. So, just know this. There will never be another you. So it's your responsibility to define you. You're worth it, y'all. My Pisces folks, stay grounded. Invest in you. The days of trying to turn every stone to make things all right. No. The roles have reversed, y'all. Now the focus is on you. Not by ego or by pride, but by God's means. Because what is going to happen in these next 6 months, you're going to see things that should have been revealed and should have been dealt with some time ago. For those who are having issues with their relationships, pray. Pray. It's time for you to have that conversation with the Most High. See, it's not His responsibility to come to you. It's your responsibility to lean unto His understanding. And that may be why your struggles are the way they are. And I will say this, the longer you delay, the harder it gets. Because that's what pride and ego does. Pride and ego is nothing but wet cement. And as the temperature is increased, the harder it is. But guess what? If it's divinely meant, no structure on this planet will stand in the way of what is ordained. Nothing. So, you gonna love you? I'm talking to you. You. It's time. You've been dreaming about it. You've been thinking about this. It's been in the back of your mind for a long time. What's this feeling? What's this feeling I got going on? Every time I'm around you, that's your spirit. That's your discernment. And guess what? It's time for you to step into your life and claim it back. God's praying for you. You know I am. I see your worth. And for that, for that, for that, it helps me discern mine. You actually think because you're a Pisces, your only job is just to be everybody's lover? Hmm? But then again, we are the 12th sign, so guess what? We inherit all the traits for a reason, because we are built to support it. That's why you save the best for last, because it's blessed. Come on, y'all. You have a good summer. And of course, I love to hear from you guys. All right, Pisces, Scorpios, and my beloved Cancers, it's time for you to stop running from yourself and dig inside you and ask yourself, do I love me? What's my purpose? And am I ready to claim my life back? Only you can do the work. Those are your hopes and dreams, not nobody else's. I know. Scorpios, you know what time it is. Come on now. It's time to cut that BS out. Claim your life back. Be blessed, y'all.